how do you go about watering your lawn? If you don't know how, I'm going to show you how in this video. And I'm not going to do it with a sprinkler system like I have, but we're actually going to look at it with a garden hose and a sprinkler. This channel is for boys that are growing up without a dad. And this video is specifically requested for you, Benjamin, because your Aunt Clara wants you to know how to water a lawn with a garden hose. She's thinking about you, and so am I. You're going to need some things to water the lawn with a garden hose, namely a garden hose. You're going to need an outside faucet. You also need a sprinkler. The only sprinkler I've got is this handheld one that is not designed for watering a lawn unless you're going to stand there and water it over time, which you can do, but I'm not going to. So we're going to need a couple of other things besides the garden hose, and we're going to get those now. The first thing we need to go with our garden hose is a sprinkler. This one would be an oscillating one, and they cover a big area, and you can adjust them for how far they go. One of my favorites is this type, just because it's often called a Rainbird head. That's a brand specific one, but you can set it for how far it goes, stops, moves back and forth. But this one also has a plastic head. That will work, but it won't last as long as one that has a metal head like this one. Depending on your lawn area, you may want something that just spins around, something that has a bunch of different settings on it. You can rotate these and they'll have different patterns. You can see on our lawn, this part is the driest and the deadest. This one gets sun all day long. You notice under the trees it's a lot greener, so it doesn't need as much water there. So for this example, I'm going to set it up to water this part that needs more water right now. Most lawns need an inch to an inch and a half of water a week. That doesn't seem like much, but this can is about an inch. So I'm going to set this out, and that'll let you know how much water you're actually putting on the lawn, because when this fills up, this is an inch of water. So you probably want to do one of these twice a week. So you can pick a Monday or a Thursday, Tuesday, Friday, just spread it out twice a week and do maybe an inch a week. If you live in an area that's very hot, then you might need to do it more. In the spring and fall, you can dial it back a little bit. You want to make sure you've got a washer in here. If there's no washer, it's going to leak. So if you see a lot of water spraying out of the hose where you've screwed it on, there's a chance that your washer may need to be replaced or you don't have one. So I'm going to screw this in first. It doesn't matter which orientation I have it, so I'm just going to put it like this and sink it in, because I can adjust where it goes with this adjustment here. First of all, the range of oscillation. Right now it's going to spray the driveway and the street. So I can change that by just rotating these until they get where I want, or I can flip up this metal part and rotate it and then put it down in between the settings I want it to be. That looks visually about where I want it to be on this side, and then over here, same thing. That's just about where it needs to be, but I'm going to tick it a couple more about right there. This top one adjusts how far it goes out or how far it doesn't go out. If I want to rotate it down, then this knocks the spray down and it doesn't go out as far. I've got this to where it looks like it's the right settings for me. So Benjamin, if this is the kind of sprinkler head you're going to use, then that's how you set it up. If you have an oscillating one, you're still going to look for the coverage, and you'd still put your cans out if you want to know how much water you're putting on your lawn. Now we're going to go turn the water on and see if we need to make any adjustments once the water pressure's there. You can see that the sprinkler is actually spraying way too far because it's hitting the house. Generally, you don't want to hit the house. So I'm going to adjust this down again. Okay, so right now it's going from just about where I want it here to it's perfect on this side, where it oversprays the sidewalk just a little bit. But I'm going to move it so it goes this way a little bit further. So now it's going just about even with the lawn and not so much on the sidewalk. So now I'm going to let this run for about 20 minutes and see how full the tuna cans are to know how much water we've got on there. Benjamin, one thing for you to keep in mind is the best time of day to water. The best time to water is early in the morning, first thing as the sun's coming up, because that way the water can soak into the ground, there's less wind for it to blow water away, and it doesn't leave the grass wet at night where you can start to get mildew build up and other diseases. Morning's the best time, twice a week, an inch to an inch and a half, twice a week is probably what you're going to need based on the tuna cans. Once you've measured it and you know how long that is, then you don't have to put tuna cans out every time anymore. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe so I can share more videos with you on questions you might have because your dad's not in your daily life. And also remember to thank your Aunt Clara for asking for this video so you would know how to water the lawn. I am going to turn this off now. We're going to take a look at the tuna cans, just see how much water's in. It's only been running for about 10 or 15 minutes. That's only about a quarter full, so that's not a ton. It's about the same as the other can, maybe just a little bit less. Okay, Benjamin, now you know how to water the lawn with a garden hose and a sprinkler. But remember, you're never done until you've cleaned up. Get the stuff, put it away, put it in a nice organized place, and you'll be ready for the next time. All right, Benjamin, now you know how to water the lawn using a garden hose, and you can do it. So make sure you take good care of your lawn. One of your best indicators is going to be, is it brown or is it green? And that will give you an indication. Watering is not the only factor that determines that, but that's the biggest one. So make sure you thank Aunt Clara for asking for this video. And all of you that are watching this, I hope you'll remember the two messages that I want you to get from every video. You can succeed as a boy growing up, even though your dad may not be in your daily life. And always remember that this dad loves you. And I will see you in the next video.
Those young men will be okay now.
Unless you got a lot of time to stand there and hold it while you're watering the lawn. I thought this was off. If you're here just to learn how to water your hose, water your hose. I'm going to show you some different things that you might learn, blah, 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 blah.